Welcome to Mindless Entertainment. It is I, God Empress Jessie Milestone, safely returned from overseas, restored and refreshed, and happily at my parents' house in Philly to celebrate the great holiday of Thanksgiving, followed very closely by my birthday, the, of course, greatest holiday in the calendar year. Now, based on this title, you guys are probably expecting an anti-SJW rant, as usual, and as the title sounds, but unfortunately this video is here to serve you as a reminder that the SJWs do not have the monopoly on acting like triggered selfish snowflakes. No, being an offended snowflake is now something that we all do for fun all the time, irrespective of our backgrounds. So what happened is this is a tweet that I wrote, because obviously everything is about me. I don't know what that face looks like, but I'm really excited to see it on the playback. And yeah, so I read a tweet. This is an actual thing that happened to me. I'm walking back home. I just did a comedy show. I'm crossing the street. It's 1 a.m. There's nobody out on the streets. It's just me looking like my wonderful self. And some guy who turns the corner and stops kind of in the middle of the street and says, "Hey, can you tell me how to get to this freeway, to the 101? And I'm like, "Yeah, you just turn left at the light and then you turn right at the next light. There you go." Okay. And he's like, "All right, cool. Can I call you sometime?" And I'm like, "No." And I went inside. And I was so random and hilarious. Like, of all the things, like, if you're gonna pull up if it's either one of two things, either he legitimately needed directions and was like, "Hey, you're cute, let's hang," or it was like, "This is my pickup line." And the latter is like, all right, I mean, you tried, you failed, but you tried. The former was that. The latter is like, if that was actually your play, if your play was, "I'm going to ask her for directions and then for her number." And it's not even like he asked for my number. He was literally like, "Can I call you sometime?" I should have said yes and continued walking away, because that would have been hysterical. Oh yeah, just figure it out. Just guess. So yeah, to me, it's just like, if you're gonna do that, I mean, pull over and be like, "Hey, compliment me," and then ask for my number. Don't ask me for directions. "Oh, you're a useful person. I like dating useful women. Can I have your number?" I don't know. The whole thing was just very silly and absurd. Made more so by the fact that it was 1 a.m. and the streets were completely deserted. It was just the two of us having this strange interaction. And in keeping with pretty much the only way in which I utilize Twitter, which is for posting videos or posting random interactions or funny things that I hear or think of, I posted on Twitter because it was funny to me. And the number of people who got upset at me, like, someone legit came at me and was like, "You're starting to sound like Brie Larson in an SJW." And I'm like, straight up, I'm not making a comment about feminism or catcalling here. I am just relaying to you this amusing interaction I had because I found it funny and I thought perhaps y'all would find it funny too. Some people maybe did. Most people's reactions were pretty much like either, "Why do you care?" or like, "Why are you so offended? Oh my God, stop being a SJW." Like, chill. This is me we're talking about. If you follow me on social media anywhere, you should know that that's probably not my angle. But it's just so upsetting that we live in this world that's like, immediately, you can't talk about anything. You can't say anything anymore. The second you do, someone effing genders it. And if it hadn't been these people being all like, "Excuse me, that's not anti-woman, blah, blah, you're being anti-W," someone else would have been like, "Oh my God, that's so horrible, you should kill him, catcalling should be made illegal, freedom of speech doesn't matter as long as women have the right to feel comfortable and never harassed ever anywhere, oh my God." So it's one of the two. It's either whatever those voices sound like to you, it's one of those things. It can't just be like, "Oh my God, that was a funny thing." Like, literally nobody's reaction, except for one guy, a couple people had the proper response to it, but almost nobody had just the correct response, which was like, "Ha ha, that's funny. Props to that guy for trying, but he dumb." Like, that's the normal response. But instead it's I let everyone flying to his defense because I'm somehow attacking mankind. Or if it wasn't that, again, it would have been like, "Oh my God, this is why feminism is important." Like, it's not. It's just a funny, random, stupid, meaningless thing. It's not attached to some greater political purpose. And that just drives me. Everyone has to have a fucking opinion, I mean, obviously, yeah, you're entitled to have an opinion on things, but why does everyone want to just be mad all the time? Why do everyone want to be offended all the time? I had people on my video talking about my travel to Bulgaria, which, by the way, for the record, that was a work trip. This is not like I am going for an exciting weekend getaway in Europe because I'm rolling in all the money. It's like I am being flown to the middle of nowhere in an ex-Soviet country to referee fencing for 2 days, and partially because of the delay, see absolutely none of this country. And I had someone actually comment on that video being like, "Why are you complaining about flying all over Europe?" I'm like, dude, have you traveled before ever? Because sitting in an airport for 3 hours and then getting on an airplane for several more hours and sitting in another airport for another several hours does not constitute seeing Europe. You know how much France I saw? People who are terrible at customer service. That's what I saw in France. I saw a hotel room in Vienna for a night. And granted, it was a nice hotel room. I'm very excited to go back to Vienna. I get to go on a work trip there next month. But, like, I'm not just like, oh my God, I'm flying around the world having amazing vacations. Everybody should be able to feel bad for me. I'm like, I'm trying to get someplace so I can work. I have now traveled for 40 straight hours from the time I left Los Angeles to get to the place where I was going, drop myself over the hotel, sprint over to the venue, and work for an 8 hours that day. Come home, come back to the hotel, pass out, wake up, work, go to sleep, wake up at 3 in the morning to catch a shuttle and fly back to the States. Like, this is not me going around partying, guys. Like, I don't know. It's just like, why do you need to be mad at other people for their lives? Like, if you don't enjoy what I say on my channel, just don't watch it. I guess I've never understood those kinds of comments to people, like, on Twitter or on Facebook or anything. The ones that are like, oh my God, how dare you have this opinion? It's like, no one's making you read my content or watch my stuff. If you don't like my opinion, then bugger off, basically. And like, also, just because I say something, it doesn't mean it's steeped in somehow politics and meaning and feminism or anti-feminism or this or that or the other. It's like, stop. Just stop being triggered about everything all the time. Not everything is about some uber politicized mumbo-jumbo nonsense. Anyway, that's what I wanted to say today, because I've been thinking about it. I'm like, why? Why can't I talk about it? Because let's face it, the majority of interactions like those are like back to the pickup lines, right? The majority of random catcall type pickup lines are hilarious. And if you're walking around getting offended and affronted by them, that's stupid and pointless. And like, most of these people are not going to hurt you. Yeah, I get that it can be annoying sometimes. Like, get the F over it or respond. Like, grow a pair and respond. They'll shut down real easy the second you throw it back at them. And not everybody who's like, hey, listen to this random interaction with a man is hating men. So the point is that everyone's still stupid. And I made that video the other week. Everyone is still stupid, turns out. They have not ceased to be stupid. They continue to be stupid. The end. And that's it. That's all. I'm going to have some more messages for you this week, and I'm going to do a live stream this week at some point, possibly with my cousin who loves my channel, and I'm going to start making more content for Geeks and Gamers again, so that's exciting. And also, coming in December, LA Cheesesteak Reviews, my newest channel, has nothing to do with Mindless Entertainment. It won't take away from my regular videos on this channel, but I will be urban exploring LA, finding the best cheesesteak, and talking Philly while I do it. So if you like Philly or cheesesteaks or me, you're going to want to check that out. More details soon to follow. Anyway, I hope you guys, if you're traveling for Thanksgiving, travel safely. If you don't live in a place that celebrates Thanksgiving, happy Tuesday. And I hope you all have safe travels, happy turkey days, and I'll talk to you probably tomorrow. So, bye.